Heart of Worship. That goes way back, but Matt Redman is Heart of Worship.
Morgan.
Do I have to say my name? Hi, Torin. You were talking about hills and valleys. When's your next album going on?
Good question. In the fall, probably. Yeah, I've already written it. I have it in my Dropbox. You cannot have the link. You are bigger than me. You could threaten me, but I'm fast. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a fall release. I think I'm going to do that and a tour at the same time. So come to my tour.
If you've got a question, find Dan or Morgan. Let me ask both of you while we're getting some other questions. Tell us how you balance home life and ministry life.
Well, when my kids were little bitty, I really did there was a time where I had to just pull away. Like that was the 3 years of just, we took everything off the table. Mama came home. And that was just sort of, that helped me to prioritize and kind of start living from that place of beloved, like I was telling you, like that it just had to go to the farm table and the four walls of my home, the kitchen. And then as the kids have grown older, is that we've just been intentional of inviting them into it with us. So like our son is in our band. The girls come with us. Like they go out with me and talk to people after. So I think, balance it's an everyday thing, moment by moment, right? It's that thing we've got to be aware of all the time and just kind of taking stock as a parent and all those things. But yeah, I think it's just that, just inviting them has been like the sweetest thing, and for them to feel involved in it.
It's good. Yeah, we've said this isn't something I do or Daddy does. This is what we do. It's our family's calling to take this message of hope to people. And speaking to what Christy said, it's finding the rhythm in every season. I have abandoned balance because it doesn't exist. It's not possible to say, well, I'll do 50% to my family and 50% to my ministry when God needs us to be all in all those places. So it's figuring out, like she did, what seasons of life require what time and giving yourself appropriately in each season.
That's good.
Eddie, what do you got?
Hi, Damaris. I just wanted to see if you had any advice for young or teen worship leaders who are, I guess, just trying to decide what the next step, they're graduating high school. What is it? I don't know. Any advice for them? We have a few of them here today from our church, and I just wanted to see if you guys had something to impart to them specifically.
I would say serve the people in front of you. The Bible says a man's gift makes room for itself. And so we don't have to worry about growing platforms or the size of the rooms. We just invest in the gift. And as the gift expands, the rooms expand. And I wouldn't rush to a platform or to a stage or trying to be famous. I would aim for significance and not success. And God just has a way of working through a heart like that and putting them in the right spaces that God has called them to.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, I was put in leadership probably before I was ready, and that's part of it. But I think it's just you being right alongside them, and that co-leading, that just co-leading space, co-laboring together is huge. And there'll be a point where you can kind of scooch off the stage a little bit and let them have a little bit more freedom. But I think it's also entrusting them, maybe before they feel ready, but it's just you kind of sticking with them and co-laboring together is beautiful.
Morgan.
Hi, I'm Teresa. I want to ask a question for Christy. I'm a new mom and also in 2 different ministries at my church with my husband, and I am kind of struggling right now, balancing it all out. So this is kind of repetitive because you already talked about it, but do you have any specific advice for a struggling mom?
Yeah, I have a podcast of like 75 episodes about that same thing. I feel like a broken record most of the time, but it's just, I also need to hear it like over and over. And so every time I'm like doing a podcast, I'm like, yeah, I need to hear this again. But it's called The Glorious and the Mundane. I'm really not trying to promote that in this moment, but it really is like me talking about that very thing over and over, because it's like, you know, Tyrone was saying, it's a season, and my kids are, 18, 16, 11 now, and I'm in such a different season now. But when they're little and you are trying to like minister and be in these different places, like my husband and I were often on the stage at the same time, and so it's like, well, who's got the kids? We have to have a nanny at church. Like, this is weird. And so it's a very interesting dynamic when you're both involved. And so I think it is like a lot of times I just would pray and ask God to send a young woman, and often it was like a young worship leader, like who I got to also mentor and pour into, and paid her a little bit, sometimes not paying him anything, but just having someone that can kind of come alongside you and help and learn from you while they're helping you with the kids. But I've found that like there's been several women he's brought in my life that I still know now in their 30s, that God brought them to us when they were 18. And I got to kind of pour into them while they were helping hold babies and all those things. That's just one practical thing. I would always pray, like, God, send me help. Because you need practical help in it as well to be able to serve and minister in the church.
Morgan, one last quick question.
Okay, it's not a question. I'm just going to ask y'all, because I think everybody in here wants to ask this. Would y'all sing like a little, just worship duet for us?
That makes me nervous.
We seriously just met backstage, so.
Lead worship.